welcome back to another video. And this is of course what it's like living with the Corsa VXR version 2 with the decat and the delete pipe. As you'll have seen in the start of the video, the intro was of course the exhaust popping and stuff, so the GoPro kind of kills the sound a little bit, but you kind of get the idea. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about what it's like living with the car now, how it varies with the 15 mile per gallon, even though again it doesn't matter because that's not why you buy the car, and either way fuel isn't really an issue anymore because of the way the fuel prices are going. Having said that, I did pay £1.10 a litre at the local Tesco's for Momentum 99. That seems to be the only thing that I put in this. I was trying the Costco fuel for a while, didn't really make much of a difference. In fact, it was making the car smell a little bit, so I stopped using that. I tried V-Power, didn't really get much out of it. The car started running a bit high, so that's why I chose the Tesco one. It seems to run a bit better. You get a few more pops and bangs out of it as well, which is always a good thing. So yeah guys, so let's go ahead, let's jump straight in and let's see what it's like living with the Corsa VXR 3 months later. So 3 months down the line, what's changed? Okay, the fact that we've now got a decat pipe and a delete pipe on the car. Nothing else has changed. I haven't done nothing else to the car apart from that. Now the engine management light is on. Okay, so the engine management light is on, however it doesn't affect the running of the car in any way, shape or form. All it is that we tried fueling it with a lambda sensor, which is meant to fuel the oxygen going into the car or coming out the car, whatever it is. It was reading well very first time round. It was plugged into the diagnostics machine. It was showing that it was all running perfectly well. But then about an hour in, once the car was warmed up and if you drove it a bit hard, it would obviously bring up the warning light, but then it'd stay on, so you'd have to go back to the garage, plug in the diagnostic machine, reset the light. But however, after an hour, it had just come back on again, or the following day while you're driving around and the car's getting warm. What it needs to do is I need to go and have the engine management light mapped out basically, which will stop it coming on it and it'll give the correct readings rather than false readings. So that's in line to be done. Future modifications I'm looking for the car is maybe to go a little bit lower, not on coils though, just on standard springs. But it's finding the right ones that are going to go with the conies, which come standard with the performance pack. What else is there? I'm looking for an armrest. I have seen one online, which I'm probably going to pick up in a couple of weeks. Even though I will say I have seen the mile per gallon drop drastically. I've gone from basically between 34 and 36 right down to 27, but the noise is just so intoxicating. Now having said that, people have asked me what's it like, is the noise still there while you're just like piddling around town, you know, not really putting your foot down, and the answer is it drives just like it normally would. There's no way of being able to, how can I describe it to you? There's no real way of the noise being there unless you put your foot down. It's still the normal VXR, but then it's as soon as you put your foot down from second to third to fourth to fifth, as soon as you go above the 3,000, 2,500, 3,000 RPM, that's when you're gonna hear it kick in. You're gonna hear what I've just done on the car basically. But other than that, I mean, like now I'm just sitting in traffic, it's just putting along and it's just the way it normally was when it come out the factory. So it hasn't really made an awful lot of difference that wise. If you do, once it gets warm, it won't pop and bang as much. It's only when you're under heavy load, that's when you're going to get your pops and your bangs while you're changing gear. But other than that, if you're driving it normally, a bit sensible and stuff, then you're not really going to hear it or get it. Which is handy, especially for your next door neighbours. Because at the end of the day, you don't want people kicking off on you just because of your car, do you? That's not why we do it. Unless you don't like your neighbours, then go for it. But now we come on to like the bypass area. and because there's cars in front of me I can't really do it, but once this car clears out then you'll get, hopefully you'll be able to hear it through the camera, like now. You just get that ever so tiny pop that you can hear inside the car, but the windows are up so you can't really. But the mile per gallon's definitely gone down, but that's because obviously my right foot now, that's just the way I'm driving. So 3 months ago I stood here and told you exactly what this car was like, told you exactly what it had inside it, showed you around it like I normally would, which obviously nothing's changed. It's got the KF logo here for Clean Freaks. It's also got one on the back now as well, even though it's not very clean at the minute. It's still quite dirty, but the weather's not been the best to get it cleaned. It will be clean for next weekend because obviously we've got cars in Coffee Liverpool again, and the car will be there for that as normal. Jumping inside again, nothing's changed. Full heated leather steering wheel, all the controls, and Telelink system is a bit knackered at the minute, which needs sorting out. My Montar car mount, the GoPro that's been on the front of the car is now there. I'm going to find somewhere for that to go in a minute for while we're driving home and get some nice shots. But yeah, nothing's changed apart from it's had a decat and a delete pipe put on it, which is from Enhanced Performance, I believe. But I bought it from a gentleman on Corsa on Facebook, so it was second hand. It came off his car. I knew what it sounded like, I knew what it did. I asked him the same question as what I told you before. He said, mate, when you just bootling around town, and he answered me honestly, you wouldn't even know it was there unless you put your foot down. But now let's jump on to what everyone's been talking about, which is the difference now between this and the Fiesta ST. There's a good fair bit of difference now. They are technically a similar style car. It's a hot hatch, I guess you'd still call them. They are still a hot hatch no matter what way you look at it. Now the difference is with the Fiesta, you get the black roof lining, you get the armrest, you get the different Recaro seats, you also get your sat nav system if you decide to get the ST3, or you get the option for it, is up there, your radio's there and your controls are there and stuff, and it's all different. But everyone's got their own opinion. No matter what you do, everyone is going to have their own opinion on a certain car. Now for me, I had an Ardent Blue Corsa VXR. Now if you watch the vlogs lately, you'll have heard me talking about my Ardent Blue Corsa VXR, what happened to it, why I got out of it, what I jumped into, and then why I decided to come back, and the reason I tried out the new Corsa VXR. And I didn't go for the Fiesta ST. Now, in all honesty, I did look at the Fiesta ST. I did go and have a look at one. It was coming back a bit too much on the monthly payments. I decided it wasn't for me, and it turned out for the best really. As this came along, it came up cheap enough. It was fully loaded, so there was no real reason for me not to go for it. But again, this for me now is only a stepping stone until I can obviously get my Mustang that I want. If I ever do decide to get one, it will be hopefully the 5 litre GT Mustang. So it's obviously a bit of a big jump. I'm jumping out of this into a Mustang, into a 5 litre from a 1.6 turbo. But that's what I'm hoping for. So fingers crossed everything goes to plan, and that's what I'll end up with. I'll end up with the 5 litre GT Mustang. This is a stopping stone. I had to come back to get the Corsa VXR. I missed the other one. No matter what I did, I missed the Ardent Blue one. The previous video that I done on the Fiesta ST, you'll have seen that. That's my dad's car. It's not my car. It will appear in a video with the Corsa VXR. But, however, I'm not going to give my answer as to which car I prefer, because at the end of the day, I know which car I'm going home in, and it's this one. This is the car I'm going home in. Now, it's not the car I choose, it's the car I'm going home in because I own it. And that's why I'm going home in it, and that's what people don't seem to understand. I wouldn't give a direct answer as to which car is better, because at the end of the day, everyone has got their own opinion. And if you watch YouTube videos, everyone's got their own opinion. Everyone's opinion is the Corsa is a better car, but the Fiesta always wins. no matter what you do, the Fiesta always wins. Now, everyone was going on about how direct the Fiesta steering is and stuff. The new Corsa, the steering is superb. I can't fault it at all. I know what people are talking about, because on the previous model, on the 2012 one especially, if you took a corner and you felt like you were coming off, and the back end always seemed to want to step out. But, however, that has changed. This has now got obviously a limited slip diff. It changes things drastically. But, again, I'm not going to go into which car I'd decide to I'd pick as my daily driver, because no matter what I do anyway, again, as I've said, I bought this car, and I bought this car for a reason, which if you watch the vlogs, that's why I bought it. But anyway guys, I thought I'd do a quick update video as to, well, living with the Corsa part 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you've enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, let me know what you did and didn't dislike. But yeah guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video.